All right, guys, we have our logo, our base logo. It still needs a little bit of work. And what we are going to do in this lecture is to use the different tools that Canva puts at our disposal with Magic Studio. Magic Studio is the suite of AI-powered features in Canva. And guys, I want you to be aware of the fact that most of these AI features are going to be paid features in Canva, meaning you will need a Canva Pro or a Canva Teams account in order to be able to use them. So the logo right here, I need to click on it and then locate the button right here that says background remover. Or if you don't see that here, you can go to edit and then find the background remover right here under Magic Studio. Again, Magic Studio is the suite of AI powered features, and you see they're all pro features with a little crown right here. So in my opinion, a very good investment because these features are amazing, and you will understand why in just a second. So let's start by background removing this background right here. And there you go. It was very quick. It removed my background very nicely. So now I can do things like copying this logo right here and come to this page right here where I have a background with the same kind of pattern that we already approved previously in a previous lecture, a sunbeam kind of ray pattern right here. So I'm going to paste my logo right on top of it, and you see how great it looks already. Now, I could go with this, or, and this is what I'm going to go for, I will try to erase all of the unnecessary element right here, like the hearts and the little stars. I mean, these are not annoying per se, but I could probably remove them from my logo in order to keep things simple. I can always come back to it and add more, like hearts and stars and stuff like that, and sparkles, but I would like to have a more streamlined version of my logo and keep it as simple as possible. So in order to do so, I'm going to come back to my page 52 right here, grab my logo again, Command C and Command V it on page 55. And now I'm going to select that image again and use the edit button. And instead of using the background remover, I'm going to use Magic Eraser right now, this one right here. So Magic Eraser simply allows me to erase part of my image. You can work with brush, meaning you'll have a brush and you can simply brush over elements that you want to delete, like this one. Once you finish, you can erase, and Canva is going to get to work and then erase that element right here. So that's how it works. I can also work with clicks, and click is a bit different. You can select an element, like here, I clicked on this heart, it's entirely selected, and I can erase it similarly to when I brushed over it. So it's the same way of working. Now, I can see that what happened here is that it left this white mark underneath my heart. So I think I'm going to continue working with the brush, and maybe I can increase the brush size so it goes a bit faster. And also, you don't need to do them one by one. You see, I'm going to brush over every single element here. This making sure I'm not touching my main design, my main characters right here. I just want to delete things around them, so I'm left with a cleaner version of this logo. And then when you're good, simply just hit the little arrow right here or X this menu out. There you go. And it's automatically saved. And now I have a much cleaner version of that logo. I can adjust its borders right here so that it matches the logo more closely. And there you go. I have now a logo with a transparent background that I can work with. Okay, this is looking good, guys. We are getting somewhere. Now let me show you another trick right here with this background. Let's say you like this background, but you want to give it another color. And obviously there's no color options here to change that background. So there's no color available. It's not a vector. So one thing you could do to simply copy that visual, that background, come to an empty page and paste it. So I just Command C, Command V right here. It's right here now. And what I can do is to come back to the page where I had my color palette, this one right here. So I'm going to copy this entire color palette, come back to my page 56 right here, paste it again. So I'm just using Command C, Command V again. Very often in Canva. And let me show you what that trick is to change the color of this background. I'm going to be clicking on it first to select it and then hit the edit button. And now I'm going to look under my effects right here and find the effect called duotone. This effect is really interesting in Canva because it allows me to pick two colors and create a duotone effect. So what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to select two of my colors right here. So the first one, the gray, I can use the color picker and come and pick my darker yellow. And then the black, again, using the color picker, and I'm going to use a lighter yellow. There you go. Now it's been applied. It's going to take a second, and there you go. Now I have this new background that I created, which carries my branded colors. And you can do this with any color, really. And if you want to add some extra pop to this, you can always come back, hit the edit button, use your adjustments menu right here. I could go for more brightness, for example, more contrast, which is going to give me a nicer, some highlights. So just like you would edit a photo, you can play around with these settings right here. And when you're happy with the result, you can simply delete this color palette. Don't need that anymore, and bring on your logo. So Command C, Command V. And there you go. We have a very cool branded visual. Now, this whole thing starts to really look like a brand, right? Like I have some playfulness to this. I have some professionalism to this. And I'm really feeling like I'm very close to getting that logo I am aiming for. Maybe the only thing that is missing is the name of my brand, Revolution. I should probably bring that on. So let's look into that. So the way I would go about this is to duplicate this page first. So I'm going to duplicate the page, probably get rid of the background, don't need that, and make this slightly smaller. For now, center it on my page. And then I kind of envision the text revolution coming right here on top. I'm going to start with some inspo I had from this page. Let me show, yeah, this page right here. So this revolution typography that I found under, remember, we found this under text. And right here, we found some, I think it was this one right here, you're the best revolution. I'm not sure if it was this one or a different one, but it comes from here, okay? It doesn't really matter at this point. So I'm gonna grab this one, so Command C, and bring it right here on my page 57, Command V. Bring it on top. Probably need to make this smaller. First, I'm gonna bring it at the right size. Center it. It looks a little bit too big. So let's try again. And when you need to do precise tasks in Canva like this one, like trying to fine tune this logo, you can always count on your rulers and guides. Okay, so now they are turned on. So let me show you. If they aren't turned on, you can go Shift R to show them. Or if that keyboard shortcut doesn't work for you, you can go File, Settings, Show Rulers and Guides. Okay, and then this will bring on the rulers. And in order to create a guide, just click on the ruler and drag the guide. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is to position this guide. Let's move this for now and zoom in slightly. I want to position the guide right there, like touching my character right here. And I'm going to bring another guide also touching the other side of the character right here. And since we are at it, let's add another one right here on top and the last one at the bottom about that. Okay, great. Now I can grab my logo and make sure it fits within these guides. So that would be one version of it. Okay, I can group that together and there you go. We have a first version of our logo, Revolution. Let me zoom in, get rid of the guide, Shift R, so we can have a better idea, better picture of how it looks. Now this is okay, but I feel like we could do better. So I'm gonna duplicate this page. It's always good to duplicate your pages instead of working on top of it because you will erase whatever you've done before, and it's always nice to come back to your different iterations to see maybe you would prefer an earlier version of what you've done. So here, what I want to change is the shape of this logo, the shape of the word mark. Okay, so I'm going to ungroup it first, and I'm going to apply an effect to this word. okay? And the effect I'm going for is the curved text right here. So I just clicked on effect, and now I'm going to select the curved text. Now, obviously this is too curved, but you can play around with the curve right here, and you see you can have some slightly curved text like so, and then rotate slightly more to create that nice random effect. Maybe I can make it slightly bigger. Now maybe I can go a bit oversized, make sure it is centered, and there you go. This would be a second version of my logo. I'm going to group it and again center it. So now let me switch back to the first one so you can see the difference between the two. All right, so we have two different ones. Now there is something I don't quite like about this font. What is the font? Genty. So it's not super legible, right? So I'm going to duplicate this page again, duplicate the page and ungroup. And then I'm going to try to change that font. I'm going to click on the font box and try to find something else. So maybe some handwriting kind of fonts, or maybe I can try some of them fonts right here. Revolution, kind of balloon style. This is another one of the word mark that we had here on this page. Let me show you. Where is it? Here. Yes, it's this font right here. Another one that I liked is this one, Shrink Hand. Okay, this is better than this in my opinion. And also it still looks kind of like the same retro type of font, fun, good for a restaurant. So Shrink Hand. Let's try this. Coming back to my logo here, I'm going to go for Shrink Hand. It should be in my document fonts. Yes, it's right here. Well, this is nice, guys. This is good. Revolution, maybe a bit too big now, so I could probably resize it somehow so it kind of fits, and now center it with the rest of my logo here. All right, this is not bad at all. Let me try to rotate it again. I like that. I think it matches my brand better than the previous one. Okay, I'm going to group this again, make sure it is centered, and now we can appreciate all of them. So Revolution, definitely not this font, not this font. This font is much better. And I think we got a winner here, guys. The last polishing touch that I see here is that I don't think these colors are from my color palette. So I would probably need to bring the color palette again. Where is it? Right here. I'm going to bring all of this and paste it here. That's why we do have a color palette in the first place, right? I'm going to bring it here. I'll leave it on the side for now. And you see this word right here, it's got a yellow color, but is that my exact color? No, it wasn't. And I could also go for this more vibrant yellow. Let's see. Yeah, this gives the brand a more modern look. Now, I need to make sure this is my red as well. So this red color is the effect of this text box. Okay, so this time I should not click on the text color, but on the effect color right here. And you see it's not the same red. So I'm going to take this, use the new color button, grab my color picker, and there you go. And now I have a logo that is on brand because I used my branded colors right here. So I can copy it to this next page one more time so we can appreciate it in its bigger form, okay? When I prepared for this tutorial, I had a slightly different color palette. I had this version right here. Let me bring these two pages together so you can see the difference, all right? So it's really up to us. Like we could go in any direction we want, but once you decide on the direction, kind of need to stick to it. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Yeah, I have a slightly thicker outline as well on the second version, but it's really up to you. What I want to show you is that once you have it, then you can start playing around and do things like that. Like you can place it on different backgrounds. And that's really what I love about Canva. It's just so easy to copy and paste elements wherever you need them. All right, that's where I'm going to wrap up this lecture. We have one more lecture to go in which I'm going to present to you the final outcome, the final logos in different formats. I'll see you there.